honor the Lord for my being here. Thank you, praise God, for being at the youth convention this year.
Yeah.
Amen.
I wasn't able to get there last year, but I'm so glad to see your faces this year. I honor our bishops who are present and those who are absent. I honor the YPCL president and his cabinet, especially my mom, and to White Oak Grove and their host pastor. Today the task is simple, and I want to encourage you to step your game up, youth. It's time to step our game up. Our theme this year admonishes us that it's time to take our place. And in this theme, as my sister has already said, it is urgent. We're not talking about something that's in the past, it's a present and it's active. Therefore, it suggests something that should be accomplished presently and completely agree that now is the time. However, we must be equipped. Now, I know our sister, she just went through all of this, but it's my task, so I'm going to say it. Amen. I would like to present to you the AAA. We're going to use that, the AAA. That's going to be 3 steps to lead you to taking your place. AAA is acknowledge, analyze, and apply. Okay, so first we must acknowledge what is it that God has given us to do. I mean, it's a lot of us that say that, we've said it so many times, what does God have us to do? And really, but do you really know? Like, what is your gift? Has anybody said, I see that you can sing, and that's your gift. I see that you pray, and you like to talk to the Lord, so you're an intercessor. Has anybody really pulled that out of you and let you know that that is your gift? This microphone makes me feel like I'm in a microphone, like I'm in it. Anyway, so we do have different gifts, and we find in Romans 12, 6 through 8, it states, we have different gifts according to the grace given each of you. If your gift is prophesying, then prophesy in accordance with your faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is given, give generously. And if it is to lead, do it diligently. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. And with these gifts and more, we can be sure that there is something for everyone to do, and we definitely do not have to do the same thing. There is a point in your life when you recognize that God has something for you to do. And in our local churches, our pastors, our youth leaders, and those that are in leadership should be actively pouring into us and pulling out of us those gifts that they see that God has already planted and that you already know are inside of us, getting us and encouraging us to be busy. I realize that it may be hard to determine what that thing is, that we may feel nervous because of our gifts, or that our gift is so different, and I really don't want anyone to know what that gift is. How many of us, by show of hands, like to stand in front of people and talk? Okay. How many of us feel like our gift is to teach? Any teachers? Okay. How many of us feel like we're musicians? How many feel like they're singers? I mean, you know you really can sing. You don't just practice in the mirror, or you don't sound good in the shower, because we all sound good in the shower.
Yeah, we do.
But how many really know that you've been anointed to sing?
Raise your hand, Manson.
What about preach the gospel? That's funny, because a lot of us like to run to the pulpit, but we don't raise our hands. And that's a gift that we might be afraid to say that's our different gift, to preach the gospel. Okay, so since we have those hands, and we know that we acknowledge that there is something that we have to do, we must now analyze, meaning we must study something. That something is your gift. Study it closely and carefully to learn the nature and the relationship of it and its parts. Okay, so now my gift, I know what my gift is. I have to study it to ensure that it grows inside of me. The Bible tells us to study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, in 2 Timothy 2:15. With this, God has called to the same area. This means asking questions about your gift, perhaps to someone who you know already has it. That means I can't go to your peers and say, well, can you teach me how to sing? Or I can't go to your peers and say, I've seen that you have a faith walk and you've been praying and praying. But I have to reach out to someone who's older than me and who has wisdom in that area. We have to study. We have to get in the Word and let the Word get in us. This Word will help us to grow. And we have to willingly seek after our calling. As Evangelist Warren presented to us so well last night and tricked us so well, some of us that saw and prayed and prayed and were fearful, dear God. But we thank God for the birth of her baby. And we thank God that what we thought was not true. Amen? Amen. All right. So that what she said, we would like to give a return on the investments that has been poured into us for years. And that's why I say it's an urgency. I do feel that in our programs, we have some of our youth doing something, but I will attest, and I know that my youth must back me up. You feel like there's something else that could be done. Amen? Amen. There could be a little bit more. Amen? Amen. There could be a little bit more that I am interested in. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid. I'm the one who said it. You just nod in your head. Amen? Okay, so when we talk about workshops and we're in our youth convention, we want to be broken down and we want to leave and say, I've learned something. And I know I can apply that thing that I've learned. So with that being said, and those who are saying that's right and amen, you have to step your game up because you're the one who has to present it. Amen. That's what we're looking for. If you want the ideas to come forth, it has to come from you.
That's right.
So you have to study. And if no one sees you in your local churches that you have been applying that word and that you have been nurturing yourself and you're ready to come forth, nobody's not going to call on you. You have nothing to offer. I haven't seen anything that you've done from 2015 or 2014 up until 2015. So what can you give the people? You're missing in action. You don't show up. And when you show, you're not really concerned or interested. So I'm not bashing, but I'm being honest. And there's a great falling away. We want to do what we see on YouTube. We want to shout and make sure our dance is on fleek, our hair is on fleek, our nails is on fleek, our makeup is on point, our tie matches our shirt. And don't get me wrong, I am not going to stand before the people and look a hot mess. I'm not going to stand before myself and look a hot mess, but it's greater than that. It's more than your outfit. It's more than what you made. It's more than what you look like to somebody else. It is so much more. And I need to see more out of you than your fashion statement.
You're right.
Because I know there's more inside of you and you're hiding behind that for fear that someone's really going to see really what's broken. You're going to really see what's not added up. You're going to really see that my dance does not match my life. It hasn't before I started dancing. It still doesn't match it. It's real cute and it sounds good with the music. And we can bounce. And I practice. Because I was determined for the Lord, I am not going to stand up and be the only one to come out of Faith Temple that cannot dance like on beat. It bothered me. It bothered me greatly. And they would tease me and say like you're a road runner. And it was funny, but it bothered me. Like, I want a pretty shot like my mother, but I'm not Denise.
Say it.
Amen.
Say it.
I'm not Ethel.
You gotta be yourself.
Amen. I'm not Maxine. I'm Lucretia, and I have to dare to be different and stand out, and it is okay. So I'm not saying don't have your shirt match your skirt. I'm not saying don't wear your jewelry. I'm not saying don't wear your bow ties, brothers, and I'm not saying don't wear your pants. I will say don't let them be too short, ladies. I will say don't let your pants be too fitted, brothers. I will say cover up, sisters.
Right now.
And I will say be modest and have modest apparel because that's what we're called to do.
Right.
Amen. And I've noticed a change and I didn't know whether it was appropriate for me to say it, but I am a youth, so it is appropriate for me to say it to my peers. We have to walk and look the part.
Come on.
Right now.
Yeah, tell it.
Right.
Yes, sir.
You're right.
I love y'all, but it don't look good.
Come on.
We have no business throwing sheets all over, and please forgive me, am I out of order?
No. Come on. Come on.
If you're gonna dance, and you're gonna be comfortable in dancing, and you did come to church to praise the Lord, because I want to see it, but I do not want to see your thigh.
Thank you.
It is not cute.
Yes, sir.
I love you, but well, it's not cute if I'm outside, and if we're not in church, it's not. I mean, hide something, and no, you don't have a husband, but hide it for you. It's just yours. I mean, don't nobody else have to see it, but you don't nobody want to see it. It's too much.
Too much.
So, I mean, honestly, it's just too much. Show the triple A's.
Okay.
Because that's what you want to hear. You don't want to hear about the skirts. That's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, I hear it.
Right.
I understand. Okay? So it's time to take your place and look like you belong to Christ inside and out, as I said. It's time to stand out and be separate, and that's obviously what I said. It's time to be real sheep that follow the good shepherd. You can't waste time pretending. Doesn't it feel hard to pretend like you got it?
Come on.
Isn't it difficult to act as if you really have it way down on the inside? I mean, don't you war within your own members, within your own mind? I mean, I have a war, and I'm not going to pretend. You know, I have a war just doing the right thing. I mean, I already know what the right thing is. And I'm determined to live for Christ, but I war, so I can only imagine those who haven't really been rooted and grounded what your war is. And just take off the mask.
Right.
Just really rip it off, because it's time for deliverance. And if you want change in this conference, and we know we're going to stay here because we truly do love it, we're not going anywhere. So then you have to step up your game. You got to step it up. You have to do what the Lord has called you to do, what's in your heart. Stop making up excuses of why I don't do this. This bishop said this and hurt my feelings. This mother told me this and that hurt my feelings. This person said this and that hurt my feelings. And your feelings. And your feelings. And you stay in your feelings.
Right.
But it doesn't, your feelings don't matter, because if you count on our feelings, some of us don't feel safe all the time.
Come on now.
It's totally not about your feelings. Some of us don't feel like lifting our hands because our arm might hurt, but it's not about your feelings. Or we don't want to give the Lord a dance because our feet hurt, but it's not about your feelings. So if your feelings get hurt, really get over it. Now, after we acknowledge and we analyze, because we had to study, it's time to apply. As our evangelist Warren has told us, we have to apply what we have been given. Really, in all honesty, besides the wisdom that our older people give us, we can have church all by ourselves. We wouldn't need anybody to preside. We wouldn't need a guest. I mean, the babes can do it. My son can preach, and I don't even understand half the words he's saying, but he knows how to get a microphone and walk. So therefore, we have been doing church, and we know how to do it. But can we apply it where it's effective, where we come back, we're still not covered in sin, but hidden by makeup. We're still not covered in our mess, and we're still not pregnant out of wedlock, and we're still not fooling around with folks we have no business, and we're still not making a mess of our lives, but we have effectively done something from one year to the next. And it really is like my grandma said, it's not fussing, because we often sound like we're fussing, but it's really real. Like, when is there going to be a real change? I can't see you doing the same thing. And I was absent last year, and I can still come back and see that it has to be something, or we need something more. And that something is not for somebody else to give us. It's for us to step up and really do it. It's not. We're not looking for Evangelist Deborah Teller to do something new. And no, I'm not taking away from her, I love her, but her time to do that new thing isn't now.
Yes.
It's our time. We have those that faith symbol number 2, and I can't start naming churches because it's too many, but there are people who are in position, really living a life they can do. But if you don't step up your game, who knows what you're able to do? And we have a appearance of lack of concern, like I really don't care. I'm just here. I came because my grandmother said I should come, or I came because I'm a delegate, or I came because I think I might get that gift, or I came because I might get that. Do we still get phone numbers? Do we still exchange numbers and have boyfriend and girlfriends? And
Yeah.
I mean, do we still? I mean, obviously, because Terrell and this brother got married, so we do still exchange numbers in the community, right? We do have those that we call brothers and sisters, become our husband and wives, right?
Come on now, say it.
Okay. All right, so we also want to make sure that while we're analyzing, acknowledging, and applying, that we're steadily chasing after a gift. In my mind, when my mom asked me about this, I like to see things done and visualize them, but I didn't know if that opportunity will really come. So I'm going to take the chance and grab the opportunity. If I can have 8 volunteers really quick. Okay, if I can have 8 people to stand up and volunteer.
Young people.
Young people. See, that's what I mean. Step up your game.
Young people.
Step up your game.
Come on, young people.
I'm not going to ask you to do nothing crazy. Not really. Okay, come on down.
Need some more.
1, 2, 3. Yes, that includes you. 4. You sat back down. You made my 4. So come on, the 2 of you back there. And we have, okay, all right, we're going to stop at Ashley. Asian. Huh? Come on. And 1, 2, 3. You trying to sit down anyway, so do you want? Okay. All right, the more the merrier. And this is what, okay, so the assignment here is they're going to reach for their gifts that's in the back of the sanctuary. Go to the last row. And I'll pick these people so everybody can see, all right? Whatever specific gift you want. So we're going to say this group, your gift is what? What do you like to do? In the church, what would you want to do if you were given the opportunity? She said sort of singer, okay, so she's a singer, let's play it. Okay, so she's going to reach for that gift in the back of the church. All right, just stop, don't move. Oh, which one of you are the gift seeker? What is your gift that you're looking for? Okay, we have another singer. All right.